Well, good morning or evening, Canada. This is Brent with CH8, Chair of the Canadian Heroes Foundation. Today I have the extreme honor of retiring some flags that my parents brought over from Canada, from 888 Wing in Comox. As we've done in the past, Homer's just checking out, making sure everything's good to go underneath. But as we've done in the past with Canadian flags, which a lot of people don't realize, is that Canadian flags don't just go in the garbage. A Canadian flag is to be folded properly and retired with honor and respect. Now, I know some of the policies have changed where you can shred the flag or whatever, but the traditional way and most respectful way is to retire the flag in a peaceful or solitude service, held out of the way of public view, and no big fanfare or anything else. The flags have served their time. They've flown over our country, over our legions. Our soldiers have fought and died for their freedom under that flag. And I'd like tonight to retire the flags from 888 Wing in Comox. So one of the things in 2013, one of our followers, Mr. Roger Borchent of Morinville, Alberta, wrote us a poem about the Canadian flag and retirement. And we've used his poem as well as a poem from Sue Milner in Ottawa and Canada today when we did our last retirement. So I'd like to start off with reading this poem before I actually start the fire. I could not think of a better day than Canada Day to share this poem. Our leaf unfurled high as a nature took its toll, and not unlike the seasons change, our leaf has reached its goal. This little patch of fabric onto which our hearts have clung had been our focus flying high each time our anthem sung. It has led us into battle and wrapped our fallen ones flown home, at times at bow. To recognize an honored one, it has flown with joy or flown to say, Canada, we are stand to let you know we are here as it blows freely across our lands, through never tired but worn with time. A new one must replace our nation's flag, who's seen its day, must be retired in honor's way. We send you off our heart's embrace, that which holds the glow of early morns, setting suns and skies that crest our lands from oceans deep and mountains high. You held our vision's eye, as ashes to ashes and dust to dust. We return you to our land, now in nature's way, and our anthem sung. We see a brand new leaf today, flying high above our heads. Unfurled once more again, Canada rides, the sky above, glowing in the wind. By Roger Borchent of Morinville, Alberta. Today being, again, a special day, which I just found out tonight, that one of these flags that I have, which I will actually ignite, which will start the retirement ceremony for the flags, was flown from my mom's vehicle in Comox. So today with this service, we are retiring 5 Maple Leafs and 2 Royal Canadian Air Force ensigns. So come morning, once the ashes have cooled and the fire's out, we'll be collecting the ashes and we'll be taking them to the Groesbeek in the Netherlands, to the Canadian War Cemetery, managed under the Commonwealth War Grave Commission. There are 140 airmen that are buried there, of the just over 2,300 Canadians and Americans, Australians. They're buried in that cemetery, and we're going to scatter the ashes on the markers of the airmen. So for those that are just joining us right now, we're having a flag retirement ceremony with flags brought over by my parents from 888 Wing out of Comox, retiring some Canadian flags and 2 RCAF ensigns. The proper way to dispose of a flag when it's worn, torn, it's unfit to be flown, is you have a proper retirement ceremony. Small little short service, and then respectfully retire it in a fire, not a cooking fire or anything like that. It's a fire built specifically for the flag retirement. When a flag is folded, the Canadian flag, which some people still really don't realize, is that the Canadian flag is never folded in a triangle for presentation. Canadian flag is folded properly, where you see when it's finally done, a field of white with a portion of the maple leaf centered in the middle of the flag. That is the way the Canadian military and the Canadian government presents their flags. The triangle is the American way of respecting their fallen, so just the field of stars on the field of blue is showing at the end when they present it to a fallen family or someone who gave the ultimate sacrifice. The flag will always be presented the Canadian way, and then at times people will have the flag folded into a triangle for a presentation to hang on their wall with their medals from their years of service, which is totally acceptable, but a flag will always be presented with a rectangle with a portion of the maple leaf centered on it, presented to a family or a member who's retired and has requested the Canadian flag. So as the fire burns, and it'll continue to burn for a while afterwards, most of the flags are completely engulfed and retired into the ashes. The fire is going to burn for a while, so I'd like to, once again, on behalf of the Canadian Heroes Foundation, myself, Brent, as the chair and owner of CH8, our Canadian Heroes Memorial Vehicle number 8, like to thank Jackie and Frank and 888 Wing from Comox for bringing the flags to the retirement ceremony over in Europe. And tomorrow we will scatter our ashes at the Groesbeek Canadian Military Cemetery in the Netherlands.
Brent, on behalf of 888 Wing, thank you so much. All the best. Pleasure.